Hi there. Right now we will learn how to create a printable business card. You can use an image on your business card and that will be a printable business card. And this fantastic business card we will create with a fantastic software. And the name of this fantastic software is Adobe Photoshop. So let's take a look on entire process. As you know, the standard size for creating a business card width is 3.5 inches and the height will be 2 inches. So let's create a new image from our file menu. Here is the file menu and I'm selecting this new options. Here is the tab for creating our new business card, and as I told you before, width will be 3.5 inches and the height will be 2 inches. And please make sure this height and width field should be with inches. You don't have to select pixels or centimeters or millimeters or any other parameters. You just have to use inches. And resolution will be 300 pixel per inch and color mode will be RGB color. So let's write a name for this image. I want to write printable business card. Printable business card. And I'm selecting OK. So here is our image and we will create our business card on here. And here is the layer panel. You can take a look, a new layer is created and I want to rename this layer. To rename a layer, you just have to double click on your mouse left button. So I am double clicking on here and let me write a name, white BG. That means white background, and I'm selecting OK. So here is our layer name is changed, and right now we will draw a rectangle shape on here. And as you know, to draw a rectangle shape you have to use rectangle tools. So here is the rectangle tools and I'm selecting this rectangle tools, and please make sure this fill color should be black. You can choose black color from here, or here is the color picker option. You just have to use this black color. So I'm selecting OK, and right now we will draw a rectangle shape on here. So let me draw the rectangle shape. So here is our black rectangle shape. And let me minimize the properties of rectangle shape and you can take a look. A new layer is created and let me write a new name for these layers, and I want to write black left bar. So here is our layer is renamed, and right now we will use the brush tool. So here is the brush tool and we will use it right now, but before using this brush tool we have to create a new layer. So let's create a new layer from our layer panel, and to create a new layer we have to click this plus sign and you can take a look. A new layer is created and I want to rename this layer. So you just have to double click on your mouse left button and let me rename it brush effect. Brush effect. Okay, cool. And right now we will use the brush tool. So here is the brush tool and I'm selecting this brush tool, and you can take a look on here a brush setting panels icon. So I'm selecting this brush setting panels, and you will get a different type of brush settings on this brush setting panels, and we will use dispersion brush and therefore we have to select this brushes option. So I'm selecting this brushes option, and as I told you that we will use a dispersion brush. So here is the dispersion brush, and if you don't have this brush pack on your software, then you don't have to worry about it, because I already given this brush pack with our exercise file. And let me show you how you will import this dispersion brush on your software. So let's take a look. To import a brush pack, you just have to click on this icon. I'm clicking on this icon, and then you will get this import brushes option. So I am clicking this import brushes option. So here is our exercise file, and in our business card design folder we have to open this business card design folder, and there you will get the dispersion brush pack. So here is the dispersion brush pack. You just have to open this folder. Let me open this folder once again, and here is the brush pack, and you just have to select this brush pack with ABR extension, and you just have to click load. So I'm clicking this load option, and you can take a look. A brush pack is added. It's quite simple. So you just have to follow this way, and then you can able to import brushes on your software. So let's take a dispersion brush from these brush panels. So here is the 20 dispersion brushes folder. Let me open it, and here is a different type of dispersion brushes are available. So let me take a look some brush effect, how it look like. I am selecting this dispersion 3, and let's take a look how it look like. If you just move your mouse cursor in blank space, then you can take a look the preview. And let me find some better brush. Let me select this dispersion 9. No, let me find some better. Here it is, dispersion 15. Let me select dispersion 16. I think dispersion 16 looks good. So we will use this dispersion 16, and let me decrease the size of brush. Here it's right now with 2500 pixel. Let me go with 1000 pixel. 1000 pixel, and we will use this brush. And before using this brush, I want to change the brush angles. So in that case, we have to select this brush settings option, and here is the angle option, and let me change the angles. Let me use 179. No, it's not looks good. Let me change this angle a little bit more. Yeah, now it's looks good. Okay, so we will use 140-degree angles, and let me minimize this brush setting panels. And before using your brush effect, please make sure your brush effect layer is selected. So let me draw some brush effect in here. And right now I will draw a hard brush effect on here. And make some more dots. Okay, you can take a look. A brush effect is created on here, and right now we will insert an image on this business card. So let's insert an image. To insert an image, you just have to open our exercise file. So let me open our file menu, and here is open option. So I'm clicking this open option, and in our exercise file you will get city light image, and we will use this city light image in our business card. So therefore you just have to select this image and then click on open. So here is city light image opened on Adobe Photoshop, and let me use this move tool, and we will drag and drop this image in our business card. But before using this image on our business card, I want to rename this layer. So you just have to double click on this layer and let me write city light image, and I'm clicking OK, and you can take a look. The name of this layer is changed, and as I have selected this move tool, and I will use drag and drop method for moving this image on our business card, or you can copy and paste it, but I prefer drag and drop. So you just have to drag, and here I will drop the image, and you can take a look. A new layer is added, that is city light image, and we will scale this image with our brush effect. So let's scale it, and let me set the position first, and we will scale this image. And to scale this image properly, we have to reduce the opacity. So here is the opacity. Let me decrease the opacity level. Okay, and right now we will scale it. To scale this image, you just have to click edit menu, and from there you will get this transform option, and then you just have to click or select this scale option, and you can take a look, and we will scale it. Let me place this high-rise building over here. Okay, looks good. And here is the tick mark. I'm clicking on this tick mark, or you can use Control and Enter button from your keyboard. So I'm clicking on this tick mark, and let me increase the opacity, and let me make it 100%. Okay, now it really looks good. And right now we will create a clipping mask. To create clipping mask, you just have to right click on your mouse, and let me right click my mouse on this city light image layer, and then you will get this create clipping mask option. So I'm selecting this create clipping mask. Boom, magic. So you can take a look, a new style is appeared, and right now we will work with this blank space. So we will use a black background on here instead of white background, and therefore I want to draw a rectangle shape. So you just have to use these rectangle tools, and please make sure the fill color of this rectangle shape will be black. So here is the fill option, and you just have to make sure the fill color will be black. So let's draw a rectangle shape on here. Let me draw the rectangle shape. Okay, cool. So here is the rectangle shape, and you can take a look. A new layer is created, and we want to rename this layer. Let me write black BG as this layer name. So you just have to double click on here, and let me write black BG, and we will place this layer on here below the black left bar. So let's move it down, and we will place it on here below this black left bar. And right now you can take a look, a black background is created. So it really looks good. And right now we will write the name, and therefore we have to use our type tool to type some text. So let's go in our text part. So as this is a business card, so we will write a name first, and as an example I will write my name. So here is the type tool, and we will use this type tool to write text. So I'm selecting this type tool, and we will use this Rockwell extra bold font to type our name. If you don't have this Rockwell extra bold font on your computer, then you don't have to worry, because I already given this Rockwell extra bold font in our exercise file. So you just have to install it from our exercise file. And if you don't know how to install font on your computer, so let me show you. And therefore you have to open our exercise file. Here is our exercise file, and in our business card design folder you will get this fonts folder. So let me open this, and here is the Rockwell extra bold fonts, and you just have to open this, and here is the install option. You just have to click in this install option, then this font will be installed on your computer. It's quite simple. So let's get back to work, and we will keep it in regular mode, and the font size will be 14, and we don't use this black color as our text color, as because we already have a black background, and therefore we will use some pink or red color. So let's change the text color. So here is the color option, and here is the color picker, and let's take a look on red color. Let me select pink color. Here is the preview, and I think it will be better to use a color using combination of red and pink color. So let's find a color with pink and red combination. I think this seems good. So this is a color with combination of pink and red color, and if you want to use this exact color, you just have to type this code on your color picker. The code is FF0084. So you just have to type it on your color picker option, and I'm selecting OK. And before typing your name, please make sure your city light image layer is selected. So you just have to select this layer, and right now we will write my name. So let me write my name. Stephen Cowell Soren. So here is my name, and you can press Ctrl Enter button from your keyboard, or just you can click this tick mark. So here is our name, and let me scale it, and therefore we have to select this edit menu, and from there we will go for transform option, and here is the scale option, or you can use Ctrl and T button from your keyboard. So let me scale this text in here, and let me decrease the size a little bit more. Okay, now it looks good, and here is the tick mark. Let me select this tick mark. The color of this font and the color of this text is really looks good, but I want to make this text more attractive, and therefore we have to use a bevel and emboss effect in this text. So let's take a look how you will add a bevel and emboss effect on this text. So before adding an effect to our text, let me zoom in this image, and we will focus on text. Okay, now it looks good, and right now you will have a clear concept of how this effect working with text and how this effect changes the style. So let's add a bevel and emboss effect, and therefore you have to select this effects option from layer panel, and then you will get this bevel and emboss option. So I'm selecting this bevel and emboss option. Here is the setting panel for bevel and emboss option, and you can take a look on here how this style changes with different setting of bevel and emboss. And here is different type of styles are available, like inner bevel, outer bevel. So let me show you some different style. Here is the outer bevel, and you can take a look how it's changing the text style. Let me show you emboss. This is the pillow emboss, but we will use inner bevel. So here is the inner bevel, so I'm selecting this inner bevel, and we will use it as our style of bevel and emboss. And here is the depth parameter, so let me increase the percentage of depth. Okay, let me increase, okay, 470%, and let me increase the size. So let's increase the size a little bit more, and you can take a look the changes in here. So let me increase a little bit more. Okay, 10 pixel is good. And right now we will increase the soften pixel. So let's increase the soften. Okay, 4 pixel. Now it's really looks much better. So we will use 470% for our depth parameter. We will use 10 pixel for our size, and we will use 4 pixel for our soften. And I'm selecting OK, and you can take a look, it really looks much better. So let's take a look how before and after preview is appearing on here. So here is the bevel and emboss layer, so let me turn it off. This is the before style, and this is the after style after adding the bevel and emboss effect, and I'm sure you will like this style than before. Okay, now it really looks much attractive than before. And right now we will make this text more attractive, and therefore we will add a stroke in this text. So let's add a stroke in this text. So we will add a stroke from our layer panel, and therefore we have to click this effects option once again, and then you will get this stroke option in here. So I'm selecting this stroke option. Here is the setting panel of stroke, and let's customize this setting. We will increase the size of stroke. Let me increase the size a little bit more. I think 5 pixels seems too much. Let me decrease the size for 1, 3. I think 2 will be better. Okay, we will use 2 pixel for our size, and let me increase the percentage of opacity. So let me increase the opacity level. Okay, now it really looks much better, and we will use the fill type as a color, and we will use white color for our stroke color. So let me select OK, and now it really looks much better and much attractive than before. So let's take a look before and after effect. So let me turn it off, the stroke layer. So this is the before style, and this is the after adding stroke style in our text. So I think this style is really looks much better than before. And right now we will write a designation. So let's write designation, and let's zoom out this image. Okay, so right now we will write a designation in here. Before writing our designation, we have to convert this text layer into a smart object, and it's really simple. You just have to right click on your mouse in here, and then you will get this convert to smart object. So I'm selecting this convert to smart object, and you can take a look. This text layer is converted into smart object, and you will get this entire settings for text layer. You just have to double click on this icon, and here is the all previous settings are available in here. So this is how the smart object is working. So let me close this tab, and right now we will write the designation, and therefore we have to use Nyla font. And let's select the Nyla font from here. Here is the Nyla font, and this Nyla font, if you don't have this on your computer, you can use it from our exercise file. And let me decrease the font size. I want to put in for 10 point, and we will use the white color for our designation. So let me select this color option, and we will go for white color. So here is the white color, and I'm selecting OK. So let's write the designation. Let me write CEO of skill 4. Okay, CEO of skill 4, and here is the tick mark. I'm clicking this tick mark, and let's scale it. You can use Ctrl and T button from your keyboard, and we will scale this. Okay, now it really looks good. And right now we will insert a logo. So let's insert a logo, and therefore we have to open our exercise file. So I'm selecting this file menu, and from there I'm selecting this open option, and you will get a logo of skill 4 in our exercise file. So here is a skill 4 logo. You just have to open it. So let me open this logo in here, and we will use this logo in our business card. But before using this logo, I want to rename this layer. So let me rename this layer. I want to write logo, and we have to use this move tool. So here is the move tool, and let me drag and drop this logo to our business card. Drag, 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 and here. So let me scale it. I want to scale this logo with our business card, and let's place it in here. Okay, now it looks good, and here is the tick mark. I'm clicking this tick mark, and you can take a look that our logo layer is added. And right now we will use the information of this visiting card, like address, phone number, email, and rest of the part. So let's do that. So we will use this type tool. So let me select this type tool, and right now we will write our phone number, our address, and email address. And for this text we will use this Nyla font, and we have to use this 8 point for our text size, but we will use a different color instead of white color, and we will use the same color which we used for our name. So let's change the color, and here is the color option, and I want to use the same color which we used in our name for our phone number, for our address, and email address. So you can copy and paste it, the color code for this text, or you just have to use this eyedropper tool. Here is the eyedropper tool. So I'm selecting this color code, and here is the exact color. So I'm selecting OK, and right now I will write the name. But before that, I want to enable my grid view, and therefore you have to select this view menu, and from there you will get this show option, and here is the grid. So let me select this grid option. Okay, cool. So let me write the phone number first. So let me write the phone number. Phone 123 123 1234. Okay, so here is our phone number. Let me write the address. We will scale it later, so let me write the address and DDRASS address 1234 Springfield Road, Springfield Road. Let me write the address properly. Springfield, CA, and let me write the zip code 95370. Okay, so here is the tick mark, and let me write the email address. So let me write the email address here. Email info@scale4.com. Okay, so right now we will scale this, and we will scale it first our phone number. So here is the phone number. Let me select this layer of phone number, and you just have to press Ctrl and T button from your keyboard, and let's scale it properly. Okay, and right now we will scale our address, and therefore you have to select this address layer, and then just you have to press Ctrl and T button from your keyboard. Okay, looks good. And right now we will scale our email address, so therefore you just have to select this email layer, and you have to press Ctrl and T button from your keyboard. Okay, now it really looks good, and we are almost done. But before finishing this business card design, I want to change this this image, as because this image looks like quite simple. So let's change this image style, and let's do that. So right now we will change this image style, and we will make it more attractive, and therefore we have to use our brush tool. But before using our brush tool, we have to create a new layer. So let's create a new layer from here. So here is the plus sign, and a new layer is created, and let me rename this layer. I want to write pink BG overlay. Okay, pink beige overlay. And right now we will use this brush tool. So here is the brush tool, and let's change the foreground color from here. Here is the foreground color, and I want to use a light pink color. So let me select a light pink color. Okay, looks good. And we will draw an effect of brush in this image. So let me draw it slowly on here, and let's cover this entire city light image. Okay, looks good. And right now we will blend this brush beige overlay layers. So here is the blending option, and I will use overlay blending option from here. So I'm selecting this blending option, and here is the overlay blending option. So I'm selecting this overlay, and you can take a look how it look like. I think it looks much better than before. So let me turn it off, this pink beige overlay, this layer. I want to turn it off. Here is the before effect, and here is the after, and I'm sure you will like this effect, and it really looks much attractive than before. So let me turn it off, the grid view. So here is the view menu, shows option, and here is the grid view. Let me turn it off, and here is the clear look. So this is how you will create a printable business card, and I'm sure you will like this business card, and this really looks much better. So if you want to create a printable business card using Adobe Photoshop, you just have to practice by watching this tutorial, and I will request you, please practice minimum 3 or 4 times by watching this tutorial. Then you will have a clear concept and you can easily create a printable business card using this method. And if you have any question about creating this printable business card, then you can put your question in our comment box. So see you in next lesson. Bye bye.